terve Laura.
Terve Otto.
And terve to our listeners, and welcome to another episode of Spirit of Sauna podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we say always terve, and it's also our kind of cunning way of introducing all of you to our most basic löyly spell. So you can, when you pour your löyly, you can just pause for a moment and say terve löyly, and that is a nice spell already, right?
Yeah, it is like when we speak about Indian tradition, they have the mantras.
Yeah.
And this, I could say that is like the Finnish mantra.
Yeah, like basic
mantra that you can just, if you just choose two sacred words, go with these and you're quite fine.
yeah. Terve, health, healthy, hello,
greetings, hail.
Yeah, all of that. And löyly, the soul of a person, the soul of a sauna as well. So
soul of cosmos itself.
Yes, very, very profound. But yeah, today actually I think we're gonna talk about the opposite of the free spirit of löyly and control. So something like that, because this is sort of prompted by this news article that we actually talked about this in a couple of episodes back a little bit, but which was sort of lamenting this fact that the sauna world is like a wild west. There's no controls. Nobody's there to say what to do and what not to do. And that more control would be the best solution for this was sort of the conclusion. And I was kind of like kind of shocked really that is it now it's starting to happen, because I've been part of my education in philosophy and social sciences was about studying control and how the control systems have been developing for the past 500 years, and how we came to the conclusion that human being is something to be controlled instead of expressed. And sauna has been sort of a safe haven in the Finnish culture in one sense. If you think about the family sauna, it's not like you have the family sauna inspector coming or you got a license for that. People can do whatever they want. They can go to a moldy old sauna in the lakeshore and just wash themselves there and just swim naked in the lake, and that's fine.
Build a smoke sauna and heat it up.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part, really, that actually you don't need a permission for a smoke sauna. Even in now the sort of the code for the building changed, so now you don't even need for any sauna. Yeah. But it used to be that chimney is the defining factor, but now not even that. Yeah. So you can actually build any kind of sauna without a permit, which is kind of crazy, really, when thinking about the rest of the world. So, Laura, you've been abroad also teaching and seeing some different sauna cultures in the Baltics, in the UK, and elsewhere. How would you like from your experience? What is the relationship between sauna and control abroad?
Yeah, well, it sort of begins with control. Most conversations when it comes to building a sauna, hosting a sauna ritual, it begins from how do we fulfill these regulations, and do we work with these and these laws and restrictions and a lot of concerns. What kind of rules and regulations should we put upon those who come, and what kind of rules and regulations should I follow when I'm practicing hosting, guiding sauna rituals or sauna goers. So the control is definitely a big driving force there, and coming from Finland, it took quite a long time to understand this in a very small things also. Like, still I cannot get over how often people ask, how many minutes should I spend in the sauna?
Oh, yeah, right.
And I'm like, what?
We don't get it.
we just cannot grasp the question. Where do you come from with that question? What a very weird question to ask.
Yeah.
Because really that just shows like the whole attitude. Like that sauna is a place where you go to gain some benefits via methods of control and controlling everything. And this is so deep of course rooted that it's maybe person wouldn't speak about control.
Yeah.
The word control
of course,
wouldn't be used.
definitely.
So I do understand
Safety,
it's a little bit
I guess.
safety,
Yeah.
guidance, whatever,
Yeah.
or health benefits, you know, what is needed. But if you really look into it, it's all about control.
Yeah, and this is kind of like the sort of basic, I would say, even metaphysics behind that is like, like we talked, machine metaphysics, where you think like if you leave a machine running without controls, it will go completely haywire and probably break down. And then the idea that you could have like a sauna space, for example, without any controls is very frightening. And I sometimes when I really need like sense from because of course there are things we need to control. If I drive my car, I don't want to drive with the 1920s, T model, because if I drive it somewhere, to another car, I'm dead and my family is dead. So I want to have a safe car which has a lot of controls. I also follow the regulations in the traffic and all of that, sure. But then sauna, the odds of something bad happening are actually pretty low, which is kind of strange thing. Even in because I've spent a lot of time in Germany, and in Germany it has been since forever, since at least the 90s, very regulated. So there's the sauna master who comes and pours the löyly, and you have the sort of clocks on the walls and the timers and all of that. So it's like in order to get your health benefits, like be afraid, a little bit afraid, because it's a dangerous place. But if you follow these controls, you will get the benefits. But then on the other hand, like a Finnish, like a sauna, sometimes like when we think about the culture, now it's a little bit changing, but like how many Finnish people go to sauna drunk, for example? In midsummer, it's about, I would say, 1 million people are completely hammered and they go to sauna. Nothing really happens. Okay, there's people who go to the waters, and we know that every midsummer people drown. That is like we can even, like in the press, it's like a dark midsummer because so many people drown. But it's always about drowning, It's not like in the sauna something bad happens. Maybe somebody burns sometimes their fingers or something like that. But considering that about 1 million people go there drunk and nothing bad happens, it's kind of wondrous, really, when you think about it. So it's not about the odds. It's about, I would say, more a sort of primordial fear that I think prompts this idea that I really need to control this, like for myself. And then when you accept this control culture in yourself, then it's only natural that you sort of expand it to other people as well.
Yeah, and sauna is the temple of the forest. We are nowadays very much afraid of wild nature. It is considered something so bad and dark, and something we want to avoid. We want to control also the nature and forest around us. We build the pathways that are clear to walk upon, because we're going, of course, to forest to get the health benefits. Yeah. But we don't want to be too much entangled with the wild nature, just expressing whatever it does. Yeah. So we want to also control it. So naturally, similarly, not many bad things happen in the forest.
Yeah, exactly. And still we're afraid.
Yes, we are very like, how likely it is that you are attacked by a wolf or a bear, or the tree falls on you, or whatever. You get very badly lost in the forest. These odds are not very big. They are there, like in life. There's always risk. It's a risk of living, but like it's not very in that way statistically like a super scary place. Yeah. Similarly, sauna. But I think it is very often this uncontrolled wild expressions of life that do sort of prompt within us this need to control.
Yeah, right. And now I'm thinking about like things like screaming children. When you go to a bus and your kids are screaming, you start to feel like, oh my God, like I really need to. You have to shut up now. Come on, shut up. And it's not because I don't tell this to the kids because I love them. Because the thing is that children are like that. Of course, they need to behave. They need to learn the code, how to behave and something. But I don't know if that day in the bus is just the right moment to teach them that. But then I'm afraid that the other people will be like, oh no, this my whole day is ruined because I have to listen to this shouting and all of that. So that's why I start to control the situation. And I do understand if you own a sauna, also with us, we want to control these things we have here, because it's a business as well. So if somebody feels that this place is completely out of control, they have ways of not doing nice things to us, like a 1-star review in Google. It's a pretty it's a not a nice thing to get. So of course you want to sort of provide the basis that it works through controls.
Yes.
But those are very basic controls. I mean, now we're talking about having some, heat mat so that it's not too slippery, because, that's dangerous. Having water boiling in just the right, not uncontrollably, not hitting the smoke sauna too hot and these kind of things. But I think there's more to it. Like, I wouldn't even call it control. I would call it like stewardship of the sauna. So that you're like, I care about the sauna, I care about the people, so I want to make it nice to you. But not like through that fear that I'm doing it because I don't want to get the repercussions, right?
I think so.
Yeah, repercussions of not doing it.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a slight difference, but a surprisingly big difference. And I think it comes from sort of our basic these kind of impulses that come from our worldview. Like, how do we see sauna? And I think that's my biggest criticism of, say, Aufguss culture as well, because the roots of that culture is from German saunas that didn't have proper ventilation, and it was difficult to be there for 20 minutes. So you would need some guide who would follow, direct the steam and pour the löyly just the right amount and all of that. And that kind of route for a culture, it can probably produce a lot of good results, but I'm a little bit, I'm worried about that. Because then when you look at these ancient sauna practices, I'm also thinking about like the sweat lodge culture in North America, like how also this stewardship idea that it is, kind of dangerous. There's not too much controls. Like if you just slip in the tent and fall to the hot rocks, you're screwed. But then you have all these sort of, it's a procession that you go to. And the procession is ancient, and it comes from the ancient worldview. So it's a different kind of attitude towards it. And I don't know if you can even do a sweat lodge like ceremony in a very controlled environment, like in a spa sauna. I don't know if it's even possible. But even if it would be, then sort of imposing this kind of control culture to this kind of ancient practice always removes something very essential from it.
Yeah, and of course the outcome is always then different.
Yeah.
If you do the ritual or perform a ceremony or perform any practice, be it what kind of practice ever, if you do it out of the sort of desire to control, it changes the outcome of it. Like, for example, very simple sauna bathing. What is your sauna ritual? Is it that you go to the sauna and calculate your minutes and then enter to the cold pool and again calculate minutes or breaths or whatever it is you calculate, and the outcome will be accordingly? Or if you enter into the sauna and allow yourself just to sink into the feeling and listen to your bodily wisdom. Okay, now this much is good now, and now I stay outside for this long, and I return at this point. The outcome is very, very, very different, because our subconscious being really sort of, how would I say, it doesn't miss any small nuances even. It really, it can detect all the underlying nuances of our practices. So if there is this attitude of control, then we reinforce the control in our everyday life.
Yeah, right.
But if there is this attitude of sort of allowing your natural wisdom, the nature in you, to express, then your life becomes more of that expression.
Indeed.
So I'm not sure if the external things are necessarily ultimately that defines it. That is there this is I'm not sure. I haven't thought it through. That are you able to, for example, perform I don't even know how to perform a sweat lodge ritual, so that's why I don't want to comment on that, but just the idea that can you perform a sweat lodge ritual in a modern spa, I don't know, but definitely that much I do know and have experienced myself, that the how would I say the kind of ritual what your ritual is founded upon will also give you sort of the clue of what kind of results it will bring.
Yeah, right. The reason I'm thinking about that is because I know that like a smoke sauna experience is not possible in a spa environment. And that's funny because, now Finland is blooming with these smoke saunas. So you have something that is called a smoke sauna, which is an electric sauna that smells like smoke. So the reason why you have this is that Finns long for the smoke sauna. It's a like a national like idiom to say that smoke sauna is the real sauna. It's the where you actually feel the effects of sauna. And not every Finn has an experience like that. We every weekend there's people who come here who never been to a smoke sauna in their
Finns.
life. Yeah, Finns a lot. And now you have the spa environment, which has to be completely controlled. If you have 100,000 people coming a year, you have to control about everything, starting from the sort of heating the sauna, of course, but like cleaning it and what kind of materials you use. All of it has to be completely like service designed and all of that. And the wildness of smoke sauna doesn't fit that at all. But the problem is you need the smoke inside the room. I know it's dirty. I know it's smelly, I know it's all of that, but if you don't have it, you don't get the benefits of the smoke sauna. And the tragedy, I think, is also that there's smoke saunas that are washed after every heating. And at least I noticed the difference in your feeling afterwards. So likewise, in a sweat lodge ceremony, I've never been to one, but I've seen I've talked to people who've been to, I've watched videos, and how I've understood it is that, for example, heating the rocks and moving the rocks inside the tent and building the tent itself is the ritual. And then you have the sort of other layers in it, but that's sort of the basis. And that cannot be removed. But then on the other hand, like with saunotus, the interesting part is that the core essence of it is the plants, is the runes, is the, the
water.
The water and the elements. And you can take one or two elements sort of out of it and you still get good enough, I would say. Good enough. And that's why in this world where we live in, we don't have a supporting culture around. Like even Finns, that's the interesting part, that Finns are sometimes really insufferable when it comes to this gatekeeping, because it's this freeness of sauna that has to be gate kept and controlled. And I'm not in that. I can say honestly what I feel about infrared saunas or, aufguss or whatever. But it's not like I want to say, no, that is not real sauna. You cannot use the word sauna. Yeah, people can do what they like. It's just that it depends on whether I'm personally interested in something or not. And that's a big difference. It's not like I want to force everybody to be interested in the same things. Yeah. But it's just that I know that I cannot move, for example, I cannot remove the smoke sauna element from my understanding of sauna. But then on the other hand, I'm very willing to experience all kinds of modern expressions of sauna culture and really fascinated about other countries that are sort of trying to discover their own roots. For example, Ireland is trying to discover their own roots when it comes to the bathing culture, this global sweat bathing culture. And I think the vehicle to that might be actually this fitness idea of sauna, that you go first through that experience, you say, okay, I tried that 20 minutes in sauna, 10 minutes in cold and whatever, but now I want to have something deeper. And if in this kind of setting, like you're doing a training in some kind of spa sauna somewhere where maybe you had to ask 10 times can I pour the löyly? And then finally, okay, I know the insurance companies don't like it, but let's do it. And there you get the taste. And then when you get the taste, then maybe you want to have more of that wild side of sauna. And being sort of a professional in a controlled sauna environment, a wild sauna environment, and everything in between is, I think, what we should be striving for, so that we understand all of the sort of basis of all of these cultures.
And I think there you hit really the nail of what is the problem with this control culture, is when we start dictating others that they should fit our form of good. And I mean, it's really, like you said, not a problem. Fitness sauna, whatever, aufgusssauna, infrared sauna, having sauna with your gym clothes, all not a problem, as long as your control doesn't go into that you start interfering with others, what others' good is, because the basic thing that we always keep repeating, we cannot know what is good for another person. You cannot start dictating what is good for you. Actually, to be quite honest, you cannot even know what is good for you.
That's, or at least it's difficult.
It is very difficult to reach really analytically that what is good for me. It's, I would say, near to impossible. You can get close, but quite difficult. And then when you have children or loved ones, friends, and then let alone if we start talking about strangers, that's where really the problem of this control arises, is that if we start dictating to others what is good for them, because nature has incredible wisdom to always self-correct, but if we start interfering with this self-correction, then control becomes a problem.
Yeah, indeed. And also, but self-control, it's good to ask once in a while, who is talking when I'm trying to control myself? Because there might be this surprise that maybe you thought, like in a sauna context, for example, maybe you thought that, I'm in this sort of wellness routine, and it is because I know what's good for me, my balance in my nervous system or whatever, and this is the way. I'm very convinced. And and I feel better afterwards, so great. But then when you start to sort of dig into that and you notice, but why was I convinced anyway that I need to have a balance in my nervous system? And then you would notice that, when I was a kid, I was said I'm too wild, so, control yourself, calm yourself down right now. And you're an adult and you never really thought about it, but then you figure out, it's the child in me that wants to be loved and respected by my parents, and that's why I'm doing, or something like that. There might be surprising influences when it comes to this, how we do things and why we do things. And just sometimes just sitting on the sauna bench and letting go, and if you get this sort of memories of this time in your life, and what were you said to when you were doing this or that, and just let it flow, and inspire you to understand yourself better. And then it might be the key to understand why would we like to control ourselves. And then, facing the terrifying layer a bit below that, which is uncontrollable, and how to deal with that when that layer, which is uncontrollable, is expressing.
Yeah, this is something that when we host sauna trainings come often, almost all the time, but one thing where we really sort of come in touch with this, what you're talking, is when we talk about sound healing and singing, because the Finnish sauna, and let's say just more widely that the whole Finnish culture, we are the children of rune singers, and singing has been really a vital part of our expression of life, and the sort of way to make our mundane life holy and sacred. And singing in the sauna, when we teach it, this opens really this door of so many layers of control. It is incredible how much we control our voice and just the resonance that we let out, the sound we give to the world, and how much so many multiple layers of this like you gave a good example
Yeah.
of whatever has happened in our childhood. Who knows, maybe has happened in our grandparents' childhood, whatever. But our voice carries so many layers, and how our throat is, holding control,
It has to sound like nice
sound is,
in this way.
We are so used to being, not letting our sound and voice express naturally, wildly. And when we start opening it in the sauna, because in the heat singing is quite another level thing. There is, the what happens to your diaphragm and your throat and your pelvic floor, all that changes a lot when we are doing sauna. So allowing this resonance of voice express is another level of sort of vulnerability and nakedness. You are really naked with your voice there, because you don't have that control that you have, when we are clothed, we are in this temperature. We do control our sound quite a bit.
Yeah, indeed.
And very subconsciously. So very often there are like when these barriers of control start breaking, when the sound starts expressing. And rune singing culture has never been about singing techniques. It just doesn't exist. There is no way that somebody cannot sing. Because everybody has a voice, and that voice has its own unique way of resonating and expressing. And this is very often like a really big breaker of this, because we are so bodily controlling ourselves most of the time. Yeah,
that's a wonderful point, because I'm also kind of like annoyed is probably a too strong a word, but like it's a topic that comes up often. Especially when I'm singing in the sauna, sometimes or many times people like ask like, how what's the melody? Where do you find the notes? Like, can I learn it? How? And it's the melodies are so simple as well. So it's the point is never to sound good. It's never to sound like your favorite pop star or anything. It's just you. The point is to get to the roots of you. And for me, like I also play a little guitar and sing, and when I was younger I was always so jealous of my friends who had a beautiful singing voice, and I thought, I'm never gonna have such a beautiful singing voice, and it's always a little bit raspy and all of that. But for me it was first by yoga, just relaxing my chin, because I had a really like, everybody probably knows this when you not the chin, but jaws. The jaws get really tense, and what happens is that your throat, your pelvic floor, your diaphragm, all of that, the whole diaphragmatic system goes also like kind of haywire because of that, and then you get headaches and all of that. So relaxing my jaws, I to my surprise, I noticed, hey, wow, it's so much easier to sing. I don't have to struggle anymore. And sauna sort of does that automatically, because when you go to the sauna and you have this sort of nervous reset, especially if you first have the lolu and then you go to the cold and you have the sympathetic nervous system activating in the hot, the parasympathetic nervous system activating in the cold if you can relax, and you have this sort of maybe even 15 minutes of this kind of back and forth, it tends to bring back the sort of relaxation response that maybe has been lost. And the first signs of that is that your face starts to relax. And when your face relaxes, you notice that you can actually sing. And it actually kind of sounds beautiful. It sounds you.
Sounds you.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. That's why I want to hear all of these voices. And I'm not too eager to hear when somebody's, usually it's like guys want to have like this kind of voice, and ladies would want to have this like Beyonce kind of
amazing melodies and beautiful, running. So
right. So I'm not so, it kind of doesn't take me to the place when this is happening in the sauna. So I always encourage people to lose control and just let your own like deepest voice, and usually it actually sounds completely different than that rehearsed version, controlled version. And
it's very often ever changing.
You
can never predict how you're gonna come out, what comes out, and very often it surprises yourself also. That it's just it is what it is. And that's something that I find so empowering. when people are able to let go of control and just let life express as it is at that moment, at that time, at that place. And this is maybe more what I would love to see happen in the sauna world, that we would encourage, that we sort of like here, we facilitate, not that we try to control, but maybe like you were talking, what was the word, stewarding or something, but sort of facilitating the situation, obviously providing some sort of basic structure, and then let the nature express.
I'm thinking like I was thinking about a metaphor, like a kid sort of building on a stream of water, but then now I'm thinking actually like beavers, you know, because the thing is, like, if we would think about our life experience as a stream, and what is the relationship between control and you know, self-expression, would be something like a beaver building a dam. It's you know, you want to create something, so you sort of manipulate the stream of the water in order to reach there, but as little as possible. So the idea is not to destroy the stream by controlling it, like if you build, like humans build a dam. So it's like complete block. But like a beaver, because it, you know, beaver builds the dam, you know, I'm not a beaver specialist, but something like this probably, and then has the offspring, and then afterwards leaves the dam, and next spring the stream takes the dam on its way. So for example, here when we have the public sauna, a lot of the things which we started with, it's like, okay, this needs to be controlled because you know, otherwise people won't have a nice experience, but then later on people learn how to do this or that, and you can lose it. You can just, okay, I won't control that anymore. And sort of the direction should be towards the wild sauna. So it's like we take care of that people have a safe and nice experience, but every time we can lose something, it's a sort of a win. And it can be a small thing. Like, for example, many saunas that I go to, like public saunas, they have a lot of different kinds of don't do this, don't do that, do this. And we don't have them because we tell people what to do. But like yesterday, every time when spring comes, all of our sessions are empty because people are somewhere enjoying the sun or something. And yesterday we only had 3 regulars who have been here 10 to 20 times or something like that. So I came here and I'm making everything ready for the after steam session, the private session, and there's nothing to do. Like, I mixed the water, you know, I changed the candles. I was like, okay, great. You know already that it's important, and you want to, you know, be a steward of the sauna as well. So in the best scenario, it becomes this kind of communal project where it's not about me controlling you, but the whole sort of community,
taking responsibility.
Yeah, exactly. Taking care of the sauna.
And that's I think is the beauty that arises from when you don't start your practice from the point of view of control, but you start sort of the practice from the point of view of facilitating. Because then you are empowering people to actually, you know, take charge of their own life, and sort of empowering them to really be the liver of their life. And then in that way, that's the only way they can really take responsibility. Because if you give rules and regulations so much, they, you know, it's you take their power away. And they will never feel that desire to take the responsibility and do those actions. So the more we can sort of be guide instead of like a rule giver or a police, then the more there is this chance of this sort of organic way of expression happening.
And I would even claim that part of the appeal of our smoke sauna, of course, the beautiful löyly and all of that, sure, but also is that, you know, there's a washing place. We tell how it works. We even mix the water so that you can just take it and wash it. But when I go there and add some wood to the fire, or, you know, change the candles or whatever, and I see somebody who's going to the warm pool without washing, okay, it's not nice. I don't like it. And I have the urge to say, hey, come back, wash right now. You know, what are you thinking? Of course you need to wash. Come on. But no, I won't do it. It's a sad thing. Of course, we take care. We have like disinfection materials and so on. We take care that it's safe anyways. And you know, if you have a couple of 20, 30 people, and one person does that, it's not a big deal. But then the question, of course, is that should I be more controlling in this way? But I've decided not to. And to my surprise, I haven't done anything, and people are started to wash more.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, kind of like, because it's completely unintuitive.
Yeah.
It's very rare nowadays that I see somebody
Yeah.
who's not washing, and I'm thinking maybe it is because during the years when we've been having these public sessions, we've been taking care of the sauna better and better. So for example, that we have the ready-made washing water, it's kind of a new development. It was the idea of Jonas, to he has a lot of these practical, which has been great.
Practical guy.
Yeah, practical guy. And now we have the warm washing water, and that's a huge thing. So you don't have to mix the water from the boiling and the cold and everything. And very rare I see it nowadays.
Yeah.
And it didn't come through control, but stewardship.
Yeah, because it would be a very different thing if we would have like a big sign: wash before entering the pool.
Yeah.
Make sure you wash.
Yeah.
Or like how we usually do it, that we say that, hey, it's really nice if everybody washes, that the pool stays nice and fresh for everybody to enjoy.
Yeah.
It is such a big difference whether it comes from sort of engaging people into taking responsibility and that desire to be part of something, or then that there is this sort of non-living organization that is dictating how your sauna experience should be and how you should behave.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference. Even though basically we are talking about the same thing, that there are guidelines.
Yeah, right.
But it's a huge difference from which sort of point of view it comes. That do we view people as a living beings who are really important part of this whole experience that we call this sauna?
Yeah.
Or are we seeing them as a little, tiny robots that are coming for us to push the buttons to be in a correct way, so
I
that
am the
it's
master
ideal
of
for
this, this machine. I'm pushing that button and that
and
button.
I want this to go this way so that it's good. And
right.
So it's a big difference.
Yeah, indeed. And I love this, that this always when we talk we get these new ideas, but this stewardship and this taking care sort of, I think it's quite a deep point, and it becomes this, when we think about it more, and I truly have to think about it, but it is maybe the move from a sort of wellness center towards a temple.
Yeah.
And because this is how temples have been working since forever. It's because the place is so holy, you want to do everything in your power to make it nice for you and for everybody else.
And you're coming there for a sacred worship.
Yeah, right.
So you are coming to be part of it.
Yeah.
So I think that you are now hitting the nail to the point, that is exactly. And like if you think about family sauna, that is a little bit how it is.
Yeah, right.
It is your little family temple, and you gather for that weekly or daily worship session where everybody plays a very vital role, and that's children from very young age, they are part of the heating process and cleaning things and all that. So it is like so within in the concept of the family sauna that everybody wants to play their part in this dance of the sauna ritual, and in that way maybe we started to talk about this, that in the Finnish sauna it's not so much about rules and control. Because we grow up to be part of it.
Indeed. And I'm reminded of this kind of heartful story from Instagram. Somebody, like it was a dad account, and he was asking, sauna ice cream. Do you eat sauna ice cream? And I was first like, what? So, is that a thing? And he said, let me explain. Like, that his kid was asking, like, can I take ice cream to sauna? And his first impulse was no. Like, what? It's it's that sugar mass in the benches, not nice. Sugar in general in the night, no. But then he was thinking, well, on the other hand, why not? Let's give it a try. And and he said now it's been about a year. And my kids want to go to sauna like 5 times a week. And the ice cream, it has sugar. Maybe sometimes I need to, scrub it from the benches or something. But all those meaningful discussions, all of that relaxation to the kids, all of that, it's just worth it.
Yeah.
And you know, this is, I think it's a very like everyday, but such a beautiful example of this. That most Finns would say, like 9% of Finns, no, absolutely not ice cream to the sauna. Why? But then on the other hand, adults take a beer in the sauna. Also not a good idea. A glass bottle, you know, especially, and so on. So you know, why not? Let's give it a try. Yeah. So it's not like what we're trying to do when we sort of maybe even criticize the control culture is like, no, we want to return to the ancient sauna 10,000 years ago. You have to have a certain kind of clothing or no clothing, and you know, you have to have this and that kind of wood. We always want to sort of adapt to the world we're living in now. But it's just that there's some basic ideas that come from deep within ourselves, which we need to question in order to sort of return to the essence of what sauna used to be. And the essence is what we care about the most. Is like how to keep the essence, although the, you know, external factors are very varied.
Yeah, and that's where we look into the greatest teacher of all, the forest.
Yeah.
There is always the basic principles that keep repeating, and the expressions that it takes, it's just unlimited.
Yeah, it can be whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, we look outside and we see a willow. We recognize that's a willow, but the variety of forms it can take, it's just never ending.
Yeah.
So I feel that that's really what we want to provide. When we talk about sauna, we want to provide certain basic principles, the basic sort of formula to löyly.
Yeah.
And then go wild, my child. And express, and try, you know, explore your life, like and adapt to different moments. And very often I do strongly see that you know, nature has amazing, beautiful way of self-correcting. So that's why it's not very dangerous, or it's not really bad to try out something. Yeah. So let's try out fitness sauna world now, and I'm pretty sure that, like you put it very well, that you try it out long enough, the self-correction will sort of strip out the unnecessary. You know, at some point you realize, okay, maybe do I need to watch the time, or can I just feel my body? Yeah, right. And you know, this will sort of it will always how would I say, the balance, sort of the flame goes from this end deep enough, so it will return and start seeking its balance. But how can we help that? Is by letting go of control, even a little bit.
Just a second.
Just close your eyes for a little bit. You know, that's already a big thing of letting go of control.
Yeah, that's our tip to everyone who has never closed their eyes in sauna. Try for 5 seconds. Yeah. And then when you could do 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Yeah. And before you notice, you're having 20-minute sessions, eyes closed. Enjoying.
and something happens. Magic happens, because it is a big way of us controlling is that we are so alert, looking. So it's a little practice that can make a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, all right. So that's it. That was the perfect way to actually end this this episode. And just a reminder again, you can go to our website, saunatus.com or saunahealer.com, and check out our trainings. If you want to experience this free-flowing wild sauna, which is facilitated, then we do it here in Sipoo. And again, saying what I said in the couple of previous episodes, we also travel. You can always invite us anywhere in the world. We would love to travel. And you're going, actually, that I understood, there's a big spa conference, or
let's see.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. Maybe it's now still a secret. Yeah. So you know, we also go to do lectures and talk about these topics. So, kiitos Laura.
Kiitos Otto.
And until next time, dear listeners.